Today we're going to talk about what is one of the best ways to earn cryptocurrency in a bull market. It's passive gains, passive income. This is Crypto Wealth. You know that I love cryptocurrency. I love talking about all things related to cryptocurrency. I love the fundamentals of cryptocurrency. I believe in the future of cryptocurrency. I believe that cryptocurrency literally is the last bastion of economic freedom that exists on this planet today. And if you don't believe that, get out of here. If you do, hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen, because more people need to understand what is here. The opportunities that exist in cryptocurrency from a fundamental level are unmatched by anything else that exists on the planet today. It is one of the greatest technologies that exist. And when I say cryptocurrency, ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about specifically decentralized, trustless blockchain technology, not nonsense like the Fed coin. If you don't know anything about the Fed coin, I got a video. I'll link it above. I'll put it down in the description. Let's get into this. Now, I believe in dollar cost averaging in a cryptocurrency. The problem is most people don't pay attention in a bear market when the market's down. But that's when you really need to be paying attention the most. That's when you really need to be hodling. If you hodling meaning hold on for dear life, you need to be buying dollar cost averaging, building up your bags of cryptocurrency. If you believe in the future of the technology, if you understand the fundamentals, and you think that in a geopolitical environment that we're in, because all that plays a factor in it, the bigger picture around the world, if you believe that cryptocurrency as a currency or as a programmable blockchain or both has a future, then you want to be dollar cost averaging, totally slowly stacking this. But unfortunately, most people pay attention when the market's up. You know, we're about to hit $13,000 at Bitcoin. Ethereum's over $400. Tether's at $1. Can you believe that? But then all of a sudden, everyone's paying attention. And the reality is you should have already been in. Those of you that have been dollar cost averaging, slowly stacking Bitcoin and building your passive income streams, we'll get to that in a moment. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. What's interesting is when the bull market shows up, when Bitcoin goes back to 30,000, 100,000, $1 million, the whole world's going to be paying attention. But you want to make certain that you're already here in the know. Now, cryptocurrency is risky. You have to be very careful. That's why I believe in dollar cost averaging. That's why I believe in using a very small amount of your portfolio, not financial advice. You have to be very, very careful. But if you believe in this space, then obviously I can't talk you out of being here. So you've got to be cautious with your approach to this space. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. It is awful rewarding. It is awful rewarding when you're able to realize the market confirms what you've been thinking. When you see these prices going up and all of a sudden you have an income stream, it might be $5 or $6 a month with a CryptoTab browser or BetFury or whatever, you know, some sort of gaming platform. And it may be $10 a month. And all of a sudden, or it could be $10 a day, right? All of a sudden that swells by 20% or 30%. Like that's a good feeling. You're like, wow, that time and effort I spent compounding, I spent focusing, I spent advertising, marketing, talking about, sharing. All of a sudden it makes sense now. Only in crypto does that happen. People talk about compound gains, compound finance, compound interest, and I want to talk about that more in this on this channel. I've got a video I've been planning for a while just explaining compound interest because most people don't understand it enough. But when you talk about compound interest in an exponentially appreciating asset, that is a game changer. That is a game changer. And I often use the example of real estate. In real estate, you can buy a rental property, earn rental income, and you can use that rental income eventually and maybe buy another rental property. But there's something called the velocity of money. The velocity of money talks about the speed of which it gets utilized, essentially. When the speed of your compounding. The problem with something like real estate, let's say you buy a small rental property, before that rental property kicks off enough for you to buy another rental property, it can take years in some cases. And then you're compounding. And the interesting thing about real estate is the underlying asset can go up. But the rental income most often tracks around inflation. Like they're paying you in US dollars. Those dollars aren't going up. Those dollars aren't going up. But what if you can own an asset like the house and the rental property, the income stream, also goes up in value? You own Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. You own a cryptocurrency income earning asset of some sort. Maybe it's a part in a business. We'll talk about that a little bit in a minute. And then the revenues generated are in cryptocurrency as well. and they also can go up. That's unprecedented. Now, mind you, they can go down. And if you've been on my channel for a while, even when I mentioned the Fed coin in that previous video I just mentioned, I truly believe that we have a massive bear market coming. Now, I don't know if the bear market is this year, next year, or within 5 years. I don't know if we're going to be at 50,000 Bitcoin and drop to 10,000, or if we're going to be at 15,000 and drop to 1,500. I don't know, but I believe that we're going to see a massive, massive bear market. I genuinely believe that. Now, and I don't say that as FUD. I say I'm still an investor because I believe you've got to find a way to be right in the event that you're still wrong. So for me, it's like, okay, I know the bear market is possible, and in the back of my mind, I understand that. But I have to operate within the circumstances that I have and be objective about the market, and have to be very careful about my own bias that we may have a major bear market coming. Because if I invest expecting the bear market that never shows up, then I miss out on all the bullish gains. And when the bear market does show up, I'm cautious with my investing, because when the bear market does show up, if we see a massive drop, I believe in this technology long term. I'm just going to be dollar cost averaging and snapping up those cheaper cryptos, building my income streams. You know, in our course, I talk about when you're building your passive cryptocurrency affiliate-based business. You know, there's a lot of things I talk about in this course, and a lot of people, they want to know, like, you know, what's the affiliate programs? How do I advertise it? That's all they want. But they miss out on all the fundamental stuff that's equally more important. Like, what do you have to understand about building this business? One of the things I talk about is the bear market. The bear market is the time to build. People say, you know, people like to have the bull market because they feel like it's more profitable. More people are paying attention. You get more cryptocurrency conversions in a bull market. But the bear market is when you build, because you want to already have that income stream established. When the bear market rolls around, you want it to pop on you by 20, 30%. You've already got it established. You don't want to be building just in the bull market. But it's easier to build anything, any business, a YouTube channel in a bull market. Why? Because people are paying more attention. So be right when you're wrong. Just generate a passive income. That way that passive income is coming in a bull market. It's coming in a bear market. And in a bull market, it's gains on top of gains. Like, it's crazy. Compound on top of compound. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you can check out, I'll put a link in the description to our Subscribe Star course. You can join us in that course. It's $9 a month. Start earning a passive income. Learn how to build an actual business, not just having an investment in a platform that you don't necessarily control. Have more control over it. Start creating a business that you have a little bit of ownership in. All right, so let's talk about some crazy gains that's been taking place outside of Bitcoin and outside of Ethereum. BitFury killing it. Look at this. So the div pool went up to like 101. If you don't know how this works, I have an entire video. I got a playlist talking about my most profitable investments on BitFury, but basically it's about mining. It's a gaming platform. You mine the tokens. You don't game with the tokens. You mine the tokens, and they appeal to players. And those I just talked about this on a video I did. I called it my plan for $46 a day or whatever. I'll link that above. You can watch that. And I'll put it down in the description. But that in that video, I can't remember. I think we just crossed over 100. We went up to 104. It's been on an upward trend by far. I don't know if this upward trend will continue. Here's my thoughts on this. I don't know if this upward trend will continue if cryptocurrency continues to go up. If it pulls back, the number of Bitcoin going up will continue. Here's what's interesting. Again, this exemplifies cryptocurrency. It doesn't matter if what the number of Bitcoin is when we're still in a fiat world. As much as some people want to be in a Bitcoin world, we're still in a fiat world. This thing is up to $1.3 million is the value of the dividend pool. And they pay out 3% a day. So come down here. Take a look. So right now I'm getting, when Bitcoin was at $10,000, I was getting $6.62 a day. But now Bitcoin's up. Let's see what this is. 66 to which this is going to go up. We get paid out in the evening, so this will go up a little bit more. But let's just look at 66,206. Where are we at? I got one I'm going to show you guys in a minute that is just going bonkers bananas. This thing's went up 300% since I got into it. But hang on, 66,206. I think $8.58. So it was $6.62 was big. See, this is why I wanted to make this video. I mean, people need to grasp the power of being able to generate an income stream going into a bull market. So I've been doing this in the bear market this entire time, basically. $6.62. But it's going to be worth $8.58. All of my calculations has been assuming Bitcoin was at $10,000. And there was a time when it was below $10,000 and I was still doing the calculation. And I still, psychologically in my head, I still say, okay, it's $6.62. And the reason I do that is because I know we live in a volatile world. Cryptocurrency is highly volatile. But the reality is, right now, that's a $8.58 per day. And this is just one income stream that's in an appreciating asset, which is primarily Bitcoin. By the way, you get paid out in other currencies on Betfury, but the main one on the BTC token, which I mine, and I go into that in more detail on my $49 or $46 per day plan, whatever I call that video. So this is man, when you're investing with people get excited. You see everybody talking about, oh, you own Bitcoin. The whole world don't even realize it's not just about owning Bitcoin. It's about being able to create passive income and this crazy technology. It's unreal. By the way, I want to show you this real quick as well. Moonday Finance has gone off the chart. I did a sponsored video about these guys, and it is unreal. And you want to get someone's attention as a developer, then you create something that's doing what this is doing price wise. Now I'll talk about this in a minute. This is, by the way, Moonday goes in. Those of you that have seen my video on my overall passive income investment strategy, my whole goal is to take high risk investments, pull some profits off the top, and put them towards lower risk investments and my highest risk investments are all the ones that I think have a lifespan. Now, I could be wrong about Moonday Finance, but I feel like Moonday has a lifespan. But it doesn't mean that there can't be some crazy gains in the process. And Betfury, on the other hand, I think Betfury has a potential to just be crazy. Betfury could last, I mean, depending on how well the business does. I mean, it's all based on the business. It's all based on them being able to keep players playing, etc. Depending on how the business does, this could go on for, who knows, years into the future, at least months, but maybe years until there's a better, stronger competitor. And then I'll just build a position into that competitor as well if they have a reward token that pays out dividends. But Moonday, check this out. Now, I'm going to refresh. I don't know where this is at. It may have gone down. 2,000. Those of you that saw my video, you know I got in on this thing at around 300 per token. It went up to like 2,000. It tanked yesterday all the way down to 500. I mean, talk about risky and volatile. Now we're at 2,000. When I woke up this morning, now we were above 3,000, and I thought that is just crazy. The developer has a new dApp coming out today, which is interesting. I'm going to talk about this. I do think this has a lifespan, but I'm going to talk about kind of overall on the project here in a minute. I'll give you kind of some update on that. Hang on, let me just refresh it. So I'm going to refresh it. Are we at like 1,500? 1,000? Are we back over 3,000? 3,500? Let's see. Where we at? Guess. Up or down? Look, holy smokes. That's insane. $3,200. Okay. So see how volatile this is? Up 200% since yesterday, 203% since yesterday. See how volatile this is? So the reason is because there's only, let me just recap this project so you know. So this project is basically, it's a 10% in, 10% out fee, but your 10% essentially goes towards in this like holding contract here. What do they call it? The hold wallet or HODL wallet. So there's 753 Moonday tokens here valued at $3,000. Just do the math on that nonsense. Is that $2 million? That's crazy. Anyway, these tokens don't earn any interest. But when you stake tokens on the platform, and you can buy these tokens on Uniswap, but when you stake tokens on the platform, you can't unstake. So it kind of prevents it in a way, at least for stake tokens, from being able to crash the market too much. But a lot of people just hold the tokens, wait for some gains and sell. So that would crash the market. But when you stake the tokens, you see I got 2.39 here staked. You get them back 7%. Where does the 7% come from? Based on your stake tokens, it comes from here. And then you get available dividends. You can claim your dividends or you can roll them, etc. Now, the ongoing question is, well, the 7%, can this last? So on and so forth. The developer, in theory, their idea is if this is decentralized enough and enough people are owning the token, It's a small supply token. They feel like should be sustainable for a long while. However, 7% is still going to keep getting paid out. Now, 7% is a percentage, which means it's a shrinking number based off the total value over time. Every single time you roll your dividends, every transaction fee, there's a 1% burn. There was only 1,969 tokens. Moon Day, the day we put a man on the moon. There's only 1,969 tokens. That's why it's so highly volatile. I mean, it's extremely volatile, which is why this price is going nuts. It's because it's such a limited supply and it's deflationary. So, I said in my sponsored video, I said, listen, I don't necessarily encourage you to jump into this thing at all. And someone's going to say, oh, we missed out because you said don't get in. You got to make your own decisions. If it had dropped, you just said, oh, it's your fault because it dropped. Nah, it's your fault because you bought it. And if you won, if you got in and it did well, hey, congratulations. And if you go to Telegram, I mean, I always tell people to get into Telegram to pay attention to projects, but my goodness, I mean, if you're in Telegram, people are talking like this thing's going to go to 50,000. And it could. I mean, stranger things have happened, but I wouldn't bank on it. When it went down to 500, I was like, well, that's pretty much, back down to 300. That's pretty much done with. And then it just popped right back up. And again, it's so volatile. And then the dev, I did not know the dev was rolling out. When I first saw this, I didn't know the dev was planning another DApp. That DApp launches today at 1 o'clock. So people, and the whole idea, again, he's giving them something to do with the tokens, another reason to own them. And according to him, he's saying that it's going to be something else to do with your dividends or something else to do with your tokens. So you can still stake them, earn the 7%, but at the same time, give them something else to do with their dividend. Probably, and every time they transact with that side of the contract, there's a 1% burn. So it's interesting. Now, if you're watching the video and you're like, well, Wealth, at some point this drains. Yeah, it does. 100% correct. 100%. And volume shrinks. And if people still want to buy the token, it's going to cause the price to go up. I think this has an end date. No doubt. I think if you're in this thing, I don't care what Telegram says, you got to be willing to take some profits along the way. I mean, how greedy do you got to be when a token goes up to $3,000? You got to take some profits. When you see people say, oh, it's going to the moon, some of them are taking profits too. Don't fall for that. Take profits. Now, if you want to continue to own a piece, I got a buddy, he owns a piece of this. He's like, I'm just going to ride it to wherever it goes. That's fine. I'm probably going to do the same thing. I'm probably going to, take some profits, feel like I got a little profit out of it, and then I'm going to ride it because, I mean, what if it goes to 10,000 or 20,000 or 50,000? What if? I don't want to miss out on that moon ride. And if it goes to zero, which it probably will not go to zero, but if it goes to zero, then guess what? I own a piece of it and I made a little bit of profit too. So what? It's kind of fun. But this is the type of project that I pull profits off and I put it somewhere else. I'll put it towards, advertising over here for my cryptocurrency business. I'll put it over towards my HODL wallet. And I'm really focusing right now on BetFury. That's probably where I'll put it at initially. I want to get this to at least 100,000 Satoshi a day, which at $10,000, of course, is $10 a day. And at our current price point, it's like $12 a day with cryptocurrency. And if Bitcoin goes up to $50,000, it's going to be $50 a day. By the way, a couple things people pointed out that I didn't mention last time in my video talking about my goal to earn $46 a day. One of the things I didn't mention in that video was I talked about, mining tokens and a 2% fee, but people rightly mentioned, you got these free boxes you can claim and you can buy. And I bought a lot of these boxes. I've talked about it in other videos. And that basically decreases your mining cost because of your return that you get. It's practically a guaranteed return. I'll show you. They have a gold box. I haven't gotten this one yet. I should be able to get this one soon if I wanted to. I have 500. Yeah, I should be able to get this one soon if I wanted to. I don't know if I'm going to. I kind of just want to compound my BFG tokens. But there was other boxes down here before, and I did all those boxes. Well, almost all of them. I haven't done the gold box yet. I did it. There's a key box. I did the key box, and then there's a free box. You can claim this one all the time. I hate the H captors. That took so long. I edited part of that out. It just took so long. and you can claim this every 20 minutes. It's 25 free Satoshi, but that helps lower your mining costs. Plus, you get cash back for mining. For mining, you hit it's designed for players, so you hit a higher play rank even as a miner, and that cash back you get is significant. Like I'm at, I think, 8% cash back or whatever. So that also lowers your actual mining cost. But the key is to approach it like an investor. Don't approach it like a player. That is the key. All right, so that's where we're at this point. I'm going to leave, I'll put a link to the video at the very, very end related to my last video I did on my goal of getting to $46 a day with BetFury. Thank you so much for watching. I got another couple of videos coming up. We're going to be talking, I got a video coming up. I'm going to be talking about some actual crypto projects. I'm going to be talking about mining coins. I'm going to be talking about, I got one coming up on Polkadot, and I got one coming up on Monero versus the IRS. I've talked about this before, a little bit of an update. I'm going to talk about it again. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss those videos. Also, hit that bell notification icon, ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't done so, smash that like button. Cryptocurrency to the moon. Cryptocurrency equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.